That's good, man. Um, cool. Going back to, did we do the PlayStation Showcase? Was it last week or the week before? Yeah, it was last week that we talked about
Well,
it,
yeah, it
right?
was
Yeah,
last
yeah,
week, but you made a prediction, and very quickly, our boy Colin started dropping some insider knowledge, and it went everywhere.
yeah. That's what I. That's like, and this was exactly what I thought, man. Like, this is
Yeah.
not gonna be the only event that they're gonna have, right?
Nope.
This was probably just we gotta get this out of the way, but then we'll have more stuff during the year, and yeah, so basically I guess we can call it a rumor, right? It's
Yeah, it's not
unconfirmed.
confirmed.
It's
Yep.
unconfirmed, but the rumor is that the PlayStation Showcase that we had last week is not going to be the last one. Like, there's going to be another event, more than likely later in the summer. Usually they did they do one in September last year? A state of play.
I want to say yes. I want to say yes.
Yeah, I think they did. Um, so this is probably the case, right? This is, they're gonna do they needed to get stuff out of the way. We'll probably get a standalone Spider-Man state of play where they can showcase Spider-Man, announce the date, and do the thing, right? And then after that, we'll probably get uh, another event, and that's not counting whatever's gonna happen during the Summer Games Fest and what
Mhm.
could be announced at the Game Awards, right? Which are always big platforms that
Yeah.
everyone, both Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo use to announce to make big announcements.
I
So,
was gonna say Keely's running that so well. He's taking E3's thunder.
oh yeah, 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 he
He's
did.
he knows.
Like he well, the thing is that last year he was the one, right? Because E3
Yep.
was nowhere last year. Um, is that you don't have to go crazy, right? It's like I think E3 got too big for its own good.
Yeah,
And
I
I
think
I
so.
think like rebranding E3 into a gaming Comic Con, it's probably gonna be the best solution for that problem that they're having. Right?
Yeah.
Still make you know announcements, still have your thing, right? But I think more of a convention style of
Like a
thing.
celebration, yeah.
Exactly, and I think that from what I heard, that's what they were trying to do this year. But it fell through because these companies don't need to be there. They don't need the crazy booths. They don't need to make the crazy shows and announcements and all that. Um, I think they should just concentrate on trying to bring people in, bring fans in, make it a an event for the fans and the media. Which in the past it was media only. They tried doing the
Hmm.
fan thing. They went back to media. Then they went back to fans. They were like back and forth, right? Um, yeah, I think that making it like Comic Con, making it fan centric, and then have all the events happening around it, right? That's the way to do it.
Absolutely.
And we don't need trade shows like this anymore. Like even CES to some point at some point CES is going to become
Yeah.
obsolete, right? And the thing that's keeping CES alive is um they have a lot of prototype stuff, and people want to go there and see the paper thin TV that you can roll up and
Hmm.
and stick on your wall with tape, right?
The
That's
flying car and
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. So all this stuff, that's what's bringing people to CES. Um, but when it comes to like official announcements, like Sony skipped this year, and they did their announcement later for TVs. So um, that's what E3 should be. It should be
Yeah.
just a fan centric event. If the ESA wants to keep it alive, but yeah, I think and I'm still very curious about whatever that thing that Nintendo's doing in September. I think they opened registrations this week. Like, I wish I could go. I wish I could afford the trip and go to that thing and check it out. Um, but it's yeah, I think that there's still a lot of stuff that wasn't announced, and and that they're gonna have a separate event for it. So, yeah. Any there was a few Xbox rumors out there. I don't know if you saw them, but that it's I don't know.
I'm sure they had a reaction to that
They
to that
they
showcase that
they did,
it,
yeah. They were like kind of like,
internally.
yeah.
Yeah.
They were like kind of
I,
making fun of it.
oh, I'm sure. I
Yeah,
mean, it's kind of it's kind of like we're local here in Florida, right? Like Universal and Disney are always going at it. Like I kind of imagine like Microsoft right now is like just waiting for Sony to make that mistake and like maybe they can pick it up, but their only enemy is themselves, right? Like
yeah,
they can't look at Sony as like you're taking competition away. It's like you're not even putting yourself in the game.
yeah.
Like if Project Q is not going to be the thing that's the Achilles heel of Sony. Like if they don't put it out, then like it's okay. Like no one's gonna
maybe
be
maybe
super bummed.
maybe Project Q, like anything with a Q attached to it, it's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah. Look, that's a great. I love that. I
it's,
love that.
it's probably not gonna happen, man.
It's great. If you know, you know. Yeah, I mean, like, but you absolutely have a point to like. There's a very strong chance it doesn't happen, and if it does happen, I don't. It's not gonna set the press on fire. It's not gonna. It didn't blow us away at the announcement. It's not gonna blow us away when we get more.
Yeah,
Unless they really just restructure the whole thing and
and I
Project
was
Q evolves, and it
yeah,
could evolve a bit like into
good.
its own standalone thing where they're like, you know what, we showed this thing, but actually, surprise, we actually are going to make this thing basically the PS Vita 2. Like, I'm not saying it's the name,
I'm
but like, it wouldn't
sure
surprise me. It could evolve.
that they have their ear on the ground and they saw
Yeah,
all the negative reaction to it, because I have not heard anything positive about it. Like
yeah.
I heard to a couple of podcasts since it was announced. I watched a few videos about that
Hmm.
announcement, and I have not heard anyone say anything positive about it. Even ourselves, right? I called it trash,
Right.
and because it's useless to me. That's a useless device. It's like
Yeah, it
it
is.
serves no purpose, in my opinion. You know,
No.
and
I'll use.
yeah, I don't know. I know what they're trying to do, right? With like, oh, it's remote play, trying to. This is basically for the dude that plays Switch in the, in their on when they're out in the bed and they're playing before they go to sleep, and they don't want to play on their console, and it's like why wouldn't you want to play on your gigantic TV with
I mean,
headphones?
there's yeah, I know, I agree, but it's like, but like I said to you, there's already an answer to this, and then as long as you have an iPhone or an Android phone, which everyone does, like you just get a backbone. Like it's literally it's $100.
Yeah,
You plug it in, use the remote play app.
yeah.
Like you don't need to spend like you were theorizing like $300 or whatever for something that's going to do the same thing that you could have done for $100. That's the exact same thing. It's not going to take a crazy workaround or anything. It's probably going to be almost the exact same setup as a backbone. It's just that it's a permanent screen device,
Yeah.
versus a
Actually,
phone you can do multiple
I would
things.
rather have a backbone, because
That's what I'm
you can
saying.
put the backbone in like your pocket, dude, and just
Yeah,
carry it around. Drop it in a backpack.
detachable.
You can drop it in a backpack. You already have your phone with you, and you can just play if you want.
Absolutely,
It's great.
absolutely.
There's Wi-Fi everywhere. I mean, latency is gonna be a big problem, right? But
Yeah.
I just don't know. By the way, I remember that Razer had made they released a PS5 earbuds not too long ago. I went back and checked. They're 150. They have the USB
Mm,
C. They have a USB C dongle that you plug into the PlayStation, which is probably more than likely going to be the case with the PlayStation branded ones. They do have active noise canceling. They're 150, which is not bad. And you can still use it on Bluetooth with your phone. So for the Sony earbuds, like if they don't have noise canceling, they shouldn't cost more than $100, honestly. Um,
I just don't know how well even that's gonna sell, man. Like it's a cool concept,
I'm
kinda,
I'm
but
gonna be
you
brutally honest with you. I'm probably gonna buy them because I would
well,
rather use earbuds
you're a
than
sound guy,
yeah. Well, the thing is that because of earbuds are way more comfortable than the headset, right?
hundred
And
percent.
that, not blaming the headset, right? But like I've had this HyperX headset for I don't know a long time now,
Right.
and and I used it for my PS4 after my Gold headset broke.
Hmm.
So I used to just plugged it into the controller, and I this is very comfortable. But that pulse, dude, I still to this day cannot get used to the pulse.
Wow. Wow.
And you remember when I first got the PS5 and I mentioned it, right? It's like I
Yeah.
can't get to it. I just can't get used to it. And to this day, dude, I played RE the other day for a few hours and it started hurting. It was pressing on my glasses and
Oh yeah.
yeah, I mean, I would rather just have the earbuds.
They're heavy. They're heavy.
Yeah, and it's not that they're heavy. I think it's just that their design is just weird. And
Yeah.
the headband, the little rubber headband is fine, but I just I just feel like the way that the ear cups kind of like come in like this, but then this part here kind of like
Yes.
pressures in is very
Yes.
strange.
Suction kind of like.
Yeah, they sound good, but even back then when I had my Gold headset, this one sounded way better, like the HyperX one.
Wow.
Like
What's the price on a HyperX now?
this ones are like 80. Let me see. One.
It's just an interesting comparison,
Yeah.
at this point. I just feel like little Billy, right? He just got his first PS5, right? Like, is he gonna he wants to get a headset. Does he get a headset or does he get the pods? Like, I'm curious what would
Uh,
be the thing that's gonna sell more going forward. I don't know.
this ones are on sale on Amazon for $60 right now.
Nice.
Yeah. And they're the wired with a mic. They're not
Yeah.
the wireless ones. The wireless
Right.
are 193. I'm looking at them now. Um, but yeah, those Razer ones were 150 for the earbuds, which is again not terrible, right? But I
No.
would rather wait for the Sony branded ones to come out and see how those compare. So
Oh, for sure.